here we are at the end of August or middle of August, and we've got moisture still sitting there, good grass growing moisture, sitting maybe about 4 inches down from the surface, and yet it's as dry as anything. We've got major bushfire risks and all that sort of stuff, but that knowledge that moisture's there, even if we have probably a 30 percentile rainfall summer, we're going to grow a lot of grass.
We're getting more of a dew in the morning.
Yeah.
Out of the rain.
As graziers look to capitalise on the soil moisture from recent wet years, they're taking the opportunity to learn from each other and to talk science in the paddock with DEEDI staff.
We're running a series of field days in mitchell grass country at the moment, and we're really encouraging graziers to think about wet season spelling as a management tool. And the reason we want them to think about wet season spelling is that the most recent science is showing us that it's a very effective way to improve the condition of country. And if your country's in the best condition it can be, well then it's the most productive. It means the long-term carrying capacities are the best they can be, and ultimately that means that profitability is the best that it can be.
The field day at Rodney Downs near Ilfracombe provided a unique chance for David and local graziers to look at what is going on under the ground and discuss methods of managing country.
The bird may come back better than the grass beside it.
The ground cover might be, but I think the main thing is probably how much moisture there is in the soil. The mitchell grass plants graze right down to that rhizome all the time. It's got no choice. It can only grow from the rhizome.
Yep.
And that takes more moisture.
Yep.
It was a bit of a revelation to me. I understood that country was pretty much bottomless black soil, but it transpires that it's much the same as the rest of the country. There's roughly 1 metre to 1.5 metres of black soil, and then you go into some sort of a shale. It shows to me that it's that first metre to 1.5 metres that's really important. That's where all the activity is, and that's the country that we need to be concentrating on protecting and looking after.
Pat Hegarty attended the Loongarna Field Day south of Longreach. He reflected on the value of these days.
I think it's good that people open up their places for other people to have a look at, and I always feel that you can learn a lot from the people that are actually paying the bills and trying to make a business work.
John Milne hosted the day at Loongarna.
I think the difference between people spelling and not spelling too, I think a lot of it is awareness, and if you've been around and you've seen people do it successfully, you're probably more likely to adopt some of those practices yourself.
David sees planning as a key component in the success of wet season spelling.
Then the idea is we'll have a planning workshop where people can bring in their property maps. We're handing out planning kits at the end of our paddock days so that people can go home, have a bit of a think about their own property, have a think about 1 or 2 paddocks that might actually benefit from spelling, or maybe even just a few acres in the corner of a paddock that they'll run a hot tape to keep livestock out for the summer perhaps. Just anything that they can make a start on to see if wet season spelling will work for themselves.
Paddock days are being run around Western Queensland until early November.